Let me ask you something that may surprise you. If I told you that the way you sleep, not just how long, but the position of your body during sleep, could increase your risk of stroke overnight, would you believe me? Most people wouldn't. After all, sleep is supposed to be healing. It's when the brain resets, the body recovers, and your nervous system finds balance. But what if I told you there's one particular position that, according to brain imaging and circulation studies, could actually impair blood flow to your brain while you sleep and even raise your stroke risk, especially as you age? I'm not here to alarm you. I'm here to give you insight that most people are never told. Because sleep is not just about closing your eyes. It's about what your brain, your blood vessels, and your nervous system are doing while you rest. And once you understand how your body is designed to restore itself at night and how certain positions either help or hurt that process, you'll be empowered to make simple changes that could radically protect your health. Now, this becomes especially important for seniors and older adults. Why? Because as we age, circulation becomes less efficient, arterial stiffness increases, and our brain becomes more sensitive to oxygen levels and inflammation. Combine that with a lifetime of habits, some helpful, some harmful, and you've got a body that's trying to heal, but may be unknowingly hindered by something as innocent as a sleep position. In today's calm and science-based lecture, we are going to unpack why sleeping on your right side may be better for your heart and brain circulation than sleeping on your back. Why sleeping face down, especially as we age, may be interfering with your brain cells' detox system. Because your body is not broken, it's trying to heal every night. You just need to stop interfering with it. And don't worry, I'll give you clear, easy to follow protocols. You won't need medications, just understanding, and a few key changes. If you care about sleeping deeper, healing faster, and aging with energy, make sure to watch until the end and subscribe so you don't miss the natural wisdom your body is craving. Let's talk about cerebral blood flow, the movement of blood through the vessels that supply your brain. This flow depends on a few critical factors: blood pressure, vessel diameter, and gravitational positioning. When you lie down, gravity shifts. The way your head, neck, and chest align changes how easily blood can enter your brain via the carotid arteries and leave your brain via the jugular veins. Now, in younger adults with elastic arteries and clear vascular pathways, this usually isn't an issue. But in older adults, especially those over 60, arterial stiffness, plaque buildup, and neck postural changes can interfere with this delicate circulation. That means the way your head and neck are positioned while you sleep can either help or hinder how well your brain gets oxygen and removes waste overnight. For example, sleeping on your back with your chin tilted up, which many people unknowingly do with thick pillows, can compress the vertebral arteries and reduce oxygen delivery to the back of your brain, where balance and autonomic function are controlled. Some studies even show that this position may reduce overall cerebral perfusion, especially in people with narrowed arteries. On the flip side, side sleeping, particularly on the right, appears to encourage better venous outflow from the brain, reduce intracranial pressure, and support more efficient drainage of metabolic waste. This isn't just theory. Functional MRI studies and ultrasound imaging have shown measurable differences in blood flow velocity based on body position during sleep. And here's where it gets even more interesting. When blood isn't flowing optimally through the brain, it's not just about oxygen. It also means that metabolic byproducts, the waste your brain accumulates during the day, don't get cleared effectively. Over time, this can increase oxidative stress, inflammation, and even raise the risk of cognitive decline or vascular-related brain issues. But you're not powerless here. Your body is designed to heal itself. All it needs is the right conditions. And sleep posture is one of those conditions most people overlook. So what can you do? First, consider your pillow height. Your neck should be in a neutral, aligned position, not too flexed and not too extended. This allows your arteries and veins to remain open and uncompressed. Second, experiment with sleeping on your right side, especially if you have any known heart or vascular concerns. This position tends to be more favorable for circulation and less stressful on the heart, especially during the deep stages of sleep. Finally, if you've ever woken up with a dull headache, tingling in your fingers, or foggy thinking, don't dismiss it. These may be subtle signs that your brain isn't getting the overnight circulation it needs. Don't rush to medication. Just start by adjusting your posture and giving your brain the space it needs to breathe and renew. If this is helping you see health differently, tap the like button. It helps us reach more people who need this. And remember, every small change you make to support your body's design is a step toward deeper healing and healthier aging. There's a powerful system inside your brain that only activates while you sleep. and most people have never heard of it. It's called the glymphatic system. Think of it as your brain's internal washing machine. While the rest of your body is resting, this system kicks in to clear out toxic waste that's built up during the day, including misfolded proteins like beta amyloid and tau, which have been linked to Alzheimer's and other neurodegenerative conditions. But here's the part most people miss: the glymphatic system only functions properly when your body is in deep restful sleep and when your head is in the right position. You see, this cleansing system depends heavily on fluid movement. Cerebrospinal fluid flows alongside the brain's blood vessels, helping to flush out waste through a network of glial cells. That's where the name glymphatic comes from. Glial plus lymphatic. And just like any fluid-based system, gravity plays a huge role. When your head is tilted or compressed, say from sleeping face down or with your neck overly bent, you create resistance in the flow. It's like trying to drain water from a sink. When the pipe is kinked, the waste can't fully clear. This leads to stagnation, pressure buildup, and ultimately a more toxic brain environment by morning. In contrast, studies from institutions like the University of Rochester have shown that sleeping in a lateral position on your side, particularly the right side, allows for optimal glymphatic flow. One study using dynamic contrast MRI found that glymphatic clearance was significantly more efficient in side sleeping compared to back or stomach positions. It's one of the reasons why people tend to wake up feeling more refreshed when they sleep on their side. Their brain has been better cleaned overnight. Now, this function becomes more critical as we age. Why? Because the glymphatic system, like many systems in the body, becomes less efficient over time. The spaces between brain cells, which expand during deep sleep to allow waste removal, don't open as easily in older adults. That means any additional obstruction, like poor posture, can further block this essential cleansing process. So how do you support this natural brain detox system? Start by aligning your sleep with your physiology. Sleeping on your right side with a pillow that supports the natural curve of your neck allows cerebrospinal fluid to flow more freely, especially around the midbrain and brainstem. If you're a back sleeper, consider a slight elevation under your upper back or using a cervical support pillow that prevents your head from falling too far back, which can close off the channels around the neck. And don't underestimate the role of hydration. Your glymphatic system depends on fluid balance. That doesn't mean drinking large amounts right before bed, but it does mean staying well hydrated throughout the day so your body has the fluid volume it needs to clear waste when it matters most, at night. Also, pay attention to what you eat in the evening. Consuming a heavy inflammatory meal right before bed can increase blood sugar and insulin, which raises overall inflammation and tightens up the brain's fluid channels. A lighter, nutrient-rich dinner with leafy greens, omega-3s, and magnesium will help support a more relaxed nervous system and better glymphatic function. Your body wants to heal. Your brain wants to clean itself. It's not about forcing it. It's about understanding what gets in the way and gently stepping aside. If you're learning something new here, consider subscribing, because what you're hearing isn't surface-level health advice, it's the science your body has been waiting for. Your heart doesn't stop working at night. In fact, during sleep, it performs some of its most important regenerative tasks. But its ability to do so depends not only on your stress levels, your blood pressure, or your nutrition, it also depends on gravity, posture, and the position of your internal organs while you sleep. Now here's something most people don't realize. Sleeping on your left side, though often thought of as neutral or even helpful, can actually increase pressure on the heart, especially in older adults or individuals with any history of cardiovascular issues. It's not inherently dangerous for everyone, but it's not the benign posture many assume it to be. To understand this, think about how your heart is positioned inside your chest. It sits slightly left of center, tilted, and surrounded by major blood vessels, like the aorta and pulmonary arteries. When you lie on your left side, gravity pulls the heart closer to the chest wall and compresses it slightly between the sternum and the left lung. This increases the cardiac workload, particularly in people whose hearts are already compensating for issues like high blood pressure, valve dysfunction, or arterial stiffness. MRI imaging and echocardiogram studies have actually shown subtle changes in heart function and heart rate variability depending on body position. In some individuals, lying on the left side reduces stroke volume, the amount of blood ejected from the heart with each beat, and this can interfere with how effectively the brain and tissues are perfused during the night. On the other hand, when you sleep on your right side, your heart isn't compressed in the same way. It has more space to move naturally with the rhythm of your breath. And more importantly, the pressure on the major vessels feeding into and out of the heart is minimized. This can be particularly beneficial for people with congestive heart failure or atrial fibrillation, two conditions that become more common with age and are sensitive to pressure shifts in the thoracic cavity. What does this mean in practical terms? If you're someone who already has a cardiac diagnosis or even mild hypertension, favoring your right side at night could make a measurable difference in your cardiovascular recovery. It may lead to deeper sleep, more stable heart rhythms, and less overnight strain on the system that fuels your brain and body. Of course, the body is adaptable. Not everyone who sleeps on their left is at risk. But if you notice you wake up feeling more winded, with a racing heart, or less rested, or if you've been diagnosed with a heart-related condition, this simple adjustment in position may be one of the easiest ways to support your body's natural healing rhythm. And remember, your nervous system also responds to posture. The vagus nerve, which plays a central role in calming inflammation, digestion, and heart rate, runs down both sides of your neck and into your abdomen. Right-side sleeping may better stimulate parasympathetic tone. That's the rest and repair state your body needs to rebuild. So here's a gentle protocol to try tonight. Lie on your right side, with a small pillow tucked between your knees to reduce lower back strain. Use a pillow that keeps your neck in a neutral horizontal alignment. Avoid falling asleep in a curled up position. Instead, keep your chest slightly open, allowing your diaphragm and lungs to move freely. And before you close your eyes, take a few slow nasal breaths. Inhale for 4 seconds, exhale for 6. This shifts your nervous system into a healing mode and supports better cardiovascular rhythm as you drift into sleep. You don't need more pills to support your heart. You just need to understand how your body works and give it the conditions it needs to do what it was built to do. If this kind of knowledge helps you, share this video with someone you care about. So many older adults are sleeping in ways that unknowingly stress their hearts. But your body was never the enemy. It just needs your support. Your brain runs on oxygen. Every thought you think, every memory you store, every repair your neurons carry out at night, it all depends on a steady, uninterrupted supply of oxygen-rich blood. And while we often think about lung health or heart function when it comes to oxygen, there's one factor that's often overlooked: the position of your neck and head during sleep. You see, your cervical spine, the upper part of your spinal column, isn't just a stack of bones. It's a highly sensitive and strategically designed passageway for vital arteries, nerves, and your airway. The vertebral arteries run through small canals in your neck vertebrae, delivering blood to the base of your brain. The carotid arteries, your brain's main oxygen pipeline, pass just beside your neck muscles, and running right down the front of that structure is your trachea, your windpipe. When your head is tilted too far forward or backward during sleep, either from a too high pillow, no pillow at all, or poor mattress angle, you may unknowingly reduce the flow of both blood and air to the brain. Now, when this happens once in a while, your body compensates, but night after night, it takes a toll. Many seniors report waking up with dull headaches, jaw tension, brain fog, or dry mouth, and they often blame dehydration or stress. But in many cases, the cause is simply poor head and neck alignment. It's mechanical, and it's fixable. Research has shown that improper cervical angles during sleep can compress the vagus nerve and even reduce the tone of upper airway muscles, especially during the deeper stages of sleep. This contributes to what's known as positional apnea, a form of sleep disturbance where breathing becomes labored or paused, not because of a disease, but because of how the body is positioned. But here's the hopeful part. You don't need machines or medications to fix this. You just need to create the right alignment so your airway stays open, your blood vessels stay uncompressed, and your brain gets what it needs to repair and reset. So how do you do that? Start by assessing your pillow. The goal is neutral alignment, where your head is in line with your spine, not angled up or dipping down. For side sleepers, this usually means a firmer, medium-height pillow that fills the space between your head and the mattress without pushing your neck upward. If your shoulder collapses inward, consider a second pillow tucked in front of your chest to support your upper arm and prevent twisting. If you sleep on your back, and many people do, often without realizing it, make sure your pillow supports the natural curve of your neck without lifting your head too high. A small rolled towel under the neck can work wonders for some people. The idea is to reduce strain and allow your airway to stay fully open. Also, avoid stacking pillows or using very soft ones that collapse overnight. These can cause your head to tilt forward, compressing both your airway and the arteries that deliver blood to your frontal brain regions, the areas responsible for focus, executive function, and mood regulation. And don't forget your breathing. Mouth breathing during sleep is often a sign of restricted nasal flow or poor posture. Nasal breathing supports nitric oxide production, a compound that enhances oxygen delivery and reduces blood pressure. You don't need to fight your body, just understand it. Your posture during sleep is not just about comfort, it's about communication between your spine, your vessels, and your breath. If this is helping you connect the dots in your own healing journey, leave a comment or share this video with someone you love. These are the small, quiet changes that add up to profound healing, especially when practiced night after night. Let's unpack why. When you lie flat on your back, several physiological shifts occur. Your jaw naturally drops back. Your tongue may fall backward as well. But here's the deeper issue. That same airway restriction, even if it doesn't lead to full apnea, can cause repeated drops in blood oxygen saturation, what doctors call intermittent hypoxia. And this kind of oxygen dipping, even if mild, creates oxidative stress in the blood vessels, disrupts endothelial function, and increases the risk of inflammation in the arteries that feed the brain. One study published in Chest found that individuals with positional sleep apnea, meaning they only experienced disrupted breathing when lying on their back, had significantly higher blood pressure and cardiovascular strain during those nights. Another analysis of stroke patients found that back sleeping was more commonly associated with nocturnal strokes, particularly in those with sleep-disordered breathing. Why does this matter for you? It's not about fear, that's about physiology. And again, the solution is not more medication. It's about positioning your body in a way that honors how it actually works. If you're someone who often wakes up with a dry mouth, sore throat, or headache, and you sleep on your back, your body may be sending you signals. If your partner has ever mentioned snoring, gasping, or breathing pauses in your sleep, even if you don't feel tired during the day, this could be a silent issue worth correcting. So what's the protocol? First, try to train yourself to sleep on your side, particularly your right side, which, as we've already discussed, reduces cardiac load and supports better drainage of blood from the brain. You can use a small pillow or fold a towel behind your back to prevent rolling over unconsciously. Some people even wear a lightweight backpack or sew a small tennis ball into their pajama back pocket to discourage supine sleeping. Second, keep your head slightly elevated. You don't need an expensive wedge pillow. Even a gentle incline using a firm pillow or raising the head of your bed by a couple of inches can reduce nighttime airway collapse and improve oxygen delivery to the brain. Third, breathe through your nose. Nasal breathing increases nitric oxide production, which supports blood vessel flexibility and oxygen absorption. If you're dealing with nasal congestion at night, look into natural sinus rinses, steam inhalation, or mild antihistamines taken earlier in the day. None of these changes are radical, but together they support your body's natural design and help prevent the slow, silent damage that accumulates when the brain is deprived of what it needs. If you haven't already, hit the like button so more people can access this life-changing knowledge. And subscribe, because what your body needs isn't noise, it's natural, functional guidance grounded in truth. But let's take this further. There are natural supportive steps you can take every evening to boost your circulation, help your brain clear waste, and protect your vascular health, especially as you age. These are not complicated. You won't need prescriptions, just a bit of attention and a willingness to let your body do what it was built to do. First, let's talk about magnesium, one of the most essential minerals for the aging brain. Magnesium helps relax blood vessels, lower blood pressure, calm the nervous system, and support melatonin production. And here's the beautiful thing, eating magnesium-rich foods in the evening, such as spinach, pumpkin seeds, almonds, or a small piece of dark chocolate, can prepare your body for deeper, more restorative sleep, while also reducing vascular stress. Magnesium also helps regulate calcium inside your arteries, preventing the stiffening that so often leads to reduced blood flow to the brain. In other words, it's one of your best allies in both circulation and stroke prevention. Next, consider your evening light exposure. Your pineal gland, a tiny structure deep in your brain, produces melatonin, your master sleep hormone, but it's extremely sensitive to blue light, which comes from screens, LEDs, and overhead lighting. When your eyes are exposed to artificial blue light after sunset, melatonin production is delayed. That means slower sleep onset, lighter sleep, and reduced lymphatic activation, the brain's detox process. Here's the protocol. About 90 minutes before bed, dim your lights. Switch to warm-toned bulbs or amber lamps if possible. Turn off unnecessary screens, or at the very least, wear blue light-blocking glasses. This simple shift signals your brain that it's time to wind down, not stay alert. Your pineal gland will thank you. Another strategy that's often overlooked is meal timing. When you eat late at night, especially large, heavy meals, your body stays in a digestive state far longer than it should. Blood flow is redirected to your gut instead of your brain, insulin levels stay elevated, and your nervous system remains in a mild state of stress. This delays your transition into the deep parasympathetic repair mode needed for healing. Aim to finish dinner at least 3 hours before sleep. Keep it light, anti-inflammatory, and rich in nutrients. Think sautéed greens with olive oil, a piece of wild-caught fish, or a small bowl of bone broth. These types of meals reduce inflammation, support vascular function, and ease the body into sleep. Finally, consider breathing techniques to enhance oxygen delivery before bed. A few minutes of slow nasal breathing in through the nose for 4 seconds, out through the mouth for 6 can stimulate the vagus nerve, calm the heart, and improve circulation to the brain. Do this lying on your right side, with your body supported and your spine gently aligned. These are the small steps that create a healing environment. You're not meant to force your way into health. You're meant to return to the rhythms your body already knows. So tonight, instead of focusing on sleep as a fight or a struggle, view it as your body's built-in operating system, one that runs best when you honor your physiology. If you're still here, thank you, because that tells me you care about your body's future. You're not looking for shortcuts, you're looking for truth. And if this has given you clarity, subscribe and stay with us, because natural healing isn't just a trend, it's a return to what works. Because what we've explored today isn't just a list of tips. It's a reorientation, a quiet but powerful return to what your body has always known and what your mind may have simply forgotten. Stroke doesn't just happen overnight. Cognitive decline doesn't arrive like a thunderclap. These are gradual shifts, slow circulatory changes, tiny blockages in blood flow, low oxygen delivery, inflammation building up, little by little while the brain tries to adapt. But here's the empowering truth. You are not powerless in this process. In fact, your daily habits, your sleeping position, your mineral intake, even the way you breathe at night, all of it shapes the future of your brain. So let's gently revisit the 6 powerful shifts we covered. First, we learned about the power of sleep position, specifically sleeping on your right side to improve circulation back to the heart and reduce pressure on your vascular system. It's a simple shift with enormous implications, especially for older adults managing circulation or heart conditions. Third, we uncovered how low oxygen saturation during sleep silently damages brain cells and elevates stroke risk, especially in seniors. And we introduced tools like pulse oximeters, sleeping posture, and nasal training to restore healthy nighttime oxygen levels naturally. Fourth, we explored how the lymphatic system, your brain's waste clearance network, only activates during deep sleep, and how side sleeping, good melatonin levels, and calm nervous system activity support the brain's nightly detox process. Fifth, we emphasize the importance of pillow height and how too high or too low pillows can reduce venous drainage, restrict neck circulation, and impair oxygen delivery to the brain. Neutral alignment isn't cosmetic, it's biological. And sixth, we finish with a series of natural sleep support protocols, from magnesium-rich foods to blue light reduction, proper meal timing, and simple breath work. Each of these helps reset your brain's healing rhythm and optimize vascular support during sleep. Stroke prevention doesn't start in a hospital. It starts in the quiet hours of your bedroom, in the food you eat before bed, in the way you breathe, and how you lay your head on the pillow tonight. And those small decisions night after night begin to add up. They support better blood flow, less oxidative stress, faster waste clearance, stronger neurological resilience. Yes, it takes awareness. Yes, it takes consistency, but it does not require perfection. And it does not require medication, at least not as your only option. Now, if you're wondering where to begin, let me give you a gentle challenge. Tonight, lie down on your right side. Choose a neutral pillow, dim the lights an hour before bed, and breathe gently through your nose, in for 4, out for 6. That sets your starting point. And over time, as you add in magnesium, anti-inflammatory evening meals, and gentle nasal breathing exercises, you'll start to feel it. The fog lifts, the tension in your head and neck fades. You wake up more clear, more stable, more present. You are not aging in reverse, you are healing forward. So if you found value in this, please give your body the chance to practice these tools tonight. Share this video with someone you love, and subscribe to Healthy Aging Wisdom for more science-backed practical guidance on natural healing. This is what we do here. We don't just chase longevity, we build it, one breath, one meal, one good night's sleep at a time. And you deserve that kind of care. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next video. Stay well and sleep wisely.